Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where we once again find ourselves back in Kuttenberg. The thing about this DLC is that you can start it pretty much right after you've started or finished the prologue back in the Trotsky region. But at some point, in order to continue it and see it through to its conclusion, you're going to have to come back here to Kuttenberg. Because we've just reached the point in the story where Voyta makes his excuses at Castle Trotsky and heads off to the bright lights of the big city, where he's renting a studio here in town. So now that I'm back in Kuttenberg too, I thought I'd check in and see how he's doing. I have every confidence that he'll be bony-arse, skint broke, utterly penniless, and need my help with something and not be able to pay me for it. This is his place. You'd think a painter would be able to organise a better advertisement for hanging out with, I don't know, artists. Well, anyway, this is it. This is a decent place, and it's in the wine merchants district, so, you know, it's not in the main square, but the rent here must still, well, I don't know how he can afford it.
Henry! So you finally came. Welcome to my workshop.
Wow. This is practically a palace. I didn't expect you to be so well off.
Well, since I bought it, I'm not anymore. The previous owner was more than happy to get rid of it. Unfortunately, when I fell through the rotting floor in the upstairs room, I understood why. I've spent the last few years trying to fix it up, but you know how it is. Never enough time, and it costs a fortune. But don't worry. I didn't invite you to help me build.
Indeed. I'll be happy to lend a hand. Thanks for inviting me.
I should be the one thanking you for everything you've done for me. But first, I need to show you something. Come on. So, what do you think of it?
Well, honestly, I don't see much in it yet.
I admit, right now it's just a few strokes, but can't you see what's in them? Try looking to the future a bit.
Well, unlike the last thing he produced, it doesn't look like one of Hieronymus Bosch's nightmares.
Well, judging by how excited you look, I'd say this will be your great masterpiece, right?
Exactly. My whole life, I've hoped to paint something amazing, something people will remember even 100 years from now. And I believe this is it.
Well, that makes me happy. So what's it going to be when it's done?
An altar. The greatest and most magnificent thing you can ever paint. Frescoes of hunting scenes are nothing compared to this. The abbot of Sedlitz monastery got a St. Vitus relic from Sigismund and wants to redesign half the chapel for it. The best craftsmen in the entire town are working on it.
The best? So how did you end up involved in it?
What the hell are you doing here?
I just wanted to greet an old friend. It must be 20 years since we last met.
Who's this dickhead?
Who is that man?
It's hard to believe when you look at that mug of his, but he's called Bellissimo. We studied together once.
Funny, isn't it? We started the same, but turned out completely different. While I was painting for the lords in Italy, you surely didn't even set foot outside Kuttenberg.
Is that why you came? To strut around?
Not at all. I came to console you. That big commission of yours for Sedlitz. Well, it seems the abbot finally came to his senses and picked someone better.
What? That's impossible. The abbot and I have an agreement.
You had an agreement. Don't tell me you've learnt nothing since the last time.
How dare you?
Go on then. Spit it out.
I've got this, Voyta.
You fucker. That's what Voyta wanted to say. But unlike you, he has enough decency to bite his tongue.
So he hired you for his dirty work? Maybe he's finally learned something over the years. Now, I really must be off, but do stop by the baths at the horse market sometime. We can reminisce about the good old days. And if you ask nicely, I might even let you watch me paint.
What was that?
That was the end, my friend.
And why did he treat you like a leper?
Let's just say we haven't been on the best of terms for quite some time. But that's not important now.
It seems pretty important to me.
Damn it! I've just lost my job. Can you please drop it?
You're always saying that. This isn't important. Leave it be. Now's not the time. I can't tell you that. Damn it, Voyta, I'm trying to help you. But how am I supposed to do that if you won't tell me anything?
Oh, all right. Years ago, Bellissimo and I studied together, and we were actually friends, in a way. He was the one who suggested I start going by some Latin name. He said it would make a better impression outside Bohemia. His real name is Bella, but he started calling himself Bellissimo. It never really caught on here, though. People called him Bullshitimo. And it suited him. He turned out to be a proper backstabber. We haven't spoken for years.
What do you plan to do now?
As far as I can tell, I have two options. Either tuck my tail between my legs and forget about the job, or find a way to get rid of Bellissimo. How the hell did that bastard pull it off? I had an agreement with the abbot.
Giving up is not an option. So, we need to get rid of him.
We?
Of course. You didn't think I'd leave you to handle this on your own, did you?
You know, if you want him to accidentally and tragically cut his own head off while combing his hair in the morning, you just have to say.
Could we steal his brushes? Like they stole yours back in the Trotsky region.
I get why you'd think that, but you're forgetting. This is a big city. Bellissimo would have new brushes in a few days. It wouldn't even slow him down.
Could just stab him, just saying.
What if we dug up some dirt on him and explained why it'd be in his best interest to give up the commission?
It's true that Bellissimo's conscience is filthier than my apron, and it doesn't even bother him. Did you hear the way he smugly invited me to the baths? Ha! But you know what? You should pay him a visit there. Try to find something we can use against him. And more importantly, how the devil he managed to snatch that job away from me.
Or I could stab him.
Do you think he tells his secrets to the bathmaids? Girls usually don't care much for the ramblings of an old rake.
What do you mean, old? Bellissimo's 6 months younger than me. And you'd be surprised how captivating he can be. People always ate out of his hand. Even I once did. Oh, yes. He always dragged me to the baths. Spent his last groschen there. And when they threw us out, we went next door to the garden. Bellissimo even set up a small workshop there for himself. At that time, I had no idea what kind of scoundrel he truly was.
I'm just saying you've got options.
All right. I'll go to the baths and see if I can dig up some dirt on him.
Ask the proprietor about him. Her name's Beatrice. We know each other a bit, so she might be willing to help us. Meanwhile, I'll head to Sedlet's to find out what's got into the abbot.
Yeah, I know the bathhouse owner. We've been introduced. So, this Bellissimo twat. Bellissimo, by the way, is Italian for beautiful? Something like that. Bit pretentious. And he clearly does need a good stabbing, but, well, Voyta's a bit squeamish where that sort of thing's concerned. So we're going to dig up some dirt on him and find any kind of weakness. Obviously, this Bellissimo fella himself is the villain of this particular part of the DLC, but let's not forget, the abbot of the Sedlet's monastery is a bit of a twat as well. He had an agreement with Voyta. Voyta has actually already started work on the commission. He's invested his own time and money into prepping the artwork for this altar. He hasn't seen a penny from the monastery yet. It's all been at his own expense, and he's not exactly flush with cash. And then out of nowhere, the abbot just goes back on the deal, and Voyta has to find out about it from Bellissimo. Now, Voyta's heading to the monastery right now to have it out with the abbot, and I was going to say I'd like to be a fly on the wall during that conversation, but, well, you know Voyta. He's far too meek and polite for his own good. Plus, pissing the abbot off is probably not the best way to get the commission back. So, yeah, I can kind of understand
the best I can. I'm glad to hear it. Well, when I wash their hair, I give them a head and neck massage as well, and I give their backs a proper kneading.
All the girls do that. There must be something else.
And I only wear a light blouse when I'm working. It always seems to get wet when I'm washing them, and then it's like I've got nothing on at all. And then I look all downcast and say I'm going to get into trouble for being all wet.
I knew it would be something like that.
I'll have a
Be
bite to
careful.
eat, thanks.
God is punishing us for our sins.
Based on that conversation, it sounds like Hanka from Prague needs a good punishing for her sins.
I hear your services here are so renowned that even one famous painter comes to visit you.
One? Well, we've entertained whole crowds of painters here. Sadly, most of them have a bit of trouble keeping their brushes firm.
Interesting. The one I'm looking for is called Bellissimo.
Oh, him. Oh dear, what's he done now?
Oh yeah, this should be interesting.
Do you expect him to do something?
Well, I'd say he's already done something, and probably rather nasty, since suddenly he's acting all saintly. But I don't buy it. What's the point of praying if he gets drunk like a pig every evening afterward?
Well, I don't really know the man, but I'm interested in painting, so thought it might be useful to have a little chat with him.
Ah, well, suit yourself. Spend the whole day blabbering if you like. If he's not loitering around somewhere, he'll be upstairs in his room, so feel free to wait for him. Don't expect a fruitful debate. That painter of yours is plastered more often than not.
Bellissimo drinks.
Like a fish. And when he runs out of booze in his room, he comes down here among the guests. I've had to throw him out so many times to sleep it off in that shack of his, across from the baths.
Oh yeah, Voyta mentioned he had a workshop next to the baths.
Tell me something more about Bellissimo. I need to know what sort of man he is.
Lad, there's not much more to tell. He's just a drunk, a lecher, and a filthy pig. When I was a little girl, I actually liked him. Even his friend. They were always laughing and sketching something. But then I found out what a scoundrel he is. And the fact that he kneels to pray in his old age now and then, just for show, doesn't change a thing.
What's the story with Bellissimo's piety?
I'd like to know that too. When he first came here, he kept crossing himself as if the devil himself was standing behind him. But then he went to Sedlets, and ever since, he's back to being the same old swine as before. There's definitely some dodgy business behind it, mark my words.
Let's drink.
Listen, you said Bellissimo used to have a friend. Was his name Voyta, by any chance?
The very one. Well, do you know him? Well, a bit eccentric, but a really decent fella. Maybe too decent.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. I curse about Bellissimo because he drives me mad, but I don't feel right telling you about Voyta.
Not really surprised Voyta made a good impression. He's a decent guy.
You can tell me. Voyta is my friend. I'm helping him with something now, but you know him. He doesn't tell me everything. And I'm afraid that without the whole truth, I might only end up harming him.
Fine, all right. You know, Voyta and Bellissimo were friends. Well, friends. Bellissimo kept dragging Voyta around, and Voyta was too meek to say no. Bellissimo even stuck his nose into Voyta's first big job, but then he managed to have Voyta kicked off the job and took all the benefits for himself. But how he pulled that off, only the two of them know.
Where would I actually find Bellissimo?
Like I said, mostly here, in the baths, in that garden of his, just across the street, or up in his room. He spends most of his time there.
And what does he do there? Paint?
More like getting plastered, drinks all night till dawn, then spends the day sleeping or sitting in the garden.
Which room belongs to Bellissimo?
I'll tell you exactly. The one that reeks of booze the most. You can smell it from the attic all the way down here. The girls always have to air it out before they take someone in. Who knows what that slob is doing up there? Drinking certainly isn't the end of it.
Couldn't I have a quick look around? Maybe I'll find something that'll let you kick him out for good.
You've no idea how much I'd like that. But unfortunately, if anyone found out I was letting strangers into the rooms, I might as well shut the place down. If you want to hang around here, pay for a wench.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Can I find Bellissimo somewhere else?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I don't keep track of his every move.
Thank you for everything. You've been a great help.
You're welcome. And please, watch out for Voyta.
So, I mean, that's basically just confirmed most of what we already knew. Bellissimo is a massive dick. And this is not the first time he's ruined a commission for Voyta. I would have expected Voyta to be a bit more angry about it, but, well, I mean, he's Voyta. He's a nice guy. He doesn't really do angry. Okay. It's dangerous doing this in the middle of the day because people are up and about. But I don't really want to hang around and wait till night time, so I need to find his room. That's definitely not... I mean, it's a room, but it's not... Yeah. Nah. That's not it. I'll have a quick look around while I'm in here. Oh, a painted shield. This might be his room. Actually, no. Voyta does commissions for lords and the church. He doesn't paint knight shields. So, probably not his room. No, based on the contents of this chest, the person that rents this room actually works for a living. It's important I don't actually steal anything here. I mean, I'm having a look around for evidence, but I really shouldn't be stealing anything, because if I get caught in these rooms, I'll get thrown out for trespassing. If I get caught in these rooms, or even if I don't get caught, and if people notice that things have been stolen from these rooms, and anybody saw me sneaking around, yeah, getting thrown out will be the least of my worries. So, quest marker is actually pointing to this room.
Ugh, reeks of booze in here. This must be Bellissimo's room.
Not the one downstairs. Alright. Let's have a look around. Not quite sure what I'm looking for. Something incriminating. Doesn't appear to be an awful lot in here. What's in this chest? The lock's no problem. Some clothing, some schnapps, some blacksmithing gear. Huh. That's unusual. I mean, not the schnapps, not the clothing, but... Ooh. Shit. Somebody just noticed the door's been unlocked. And they just came upstairs. Oh, they're looking for anything else out of the ordinary. If they check this door and they find it unlocked, they're going to come inside and have a look around. I mean, I'll probably be okay. I should be able to bluff my way out of it, as long as I haven't stolen anything. But I'd rather they didn't. They've gone back downstairs. Okay. I mean, I suspect I'm probably going to be stealing something. Whatever it is that I'm looking for in here that's incriminating, I'm going to have to take with me. So... Oh, well, I thought that was a floating teapot at first. No, it's actually hanging from a sconce. Okay. I don't get it. What am I supposed to be finding in here? There's a table, some food. There was a loot on the... Oh, hello, what's that?
So, Bellissimo is working for the monastery for free because he is afraid of going to hell. That could come in handy.
Oh, that's how he was able to steal the job out from underneath Voyta's nose. He's basically doing it for free. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get out of here. I mean, I'm still in a restricted area. Unless you're a paying guest, you shouldn't be up here. But even if somebody catches me now, I'll be fine. And I got away with it. So how can we use this against him? What he's so afraid of? Because the innkeeper, the bathhouse madam, mentioned that he was constantly...
It happens.
Oh, hello.
Just watch where you're going
Oh,
next
there,
time.
Hey, dearie.
He's constantly
Come and have a sip with me.
crossing himself as if he was afraid the devil himself was behind him. So he's obviously committed some kind of major sin, and he was terrified for his mortal soul. But then he went to the monastery. He offered to do this job for the abbot for free, probably in return for an indulgence to absolve him of his sins. And now he's back to pissing up and getting drunk every night and doesn't give a shit anymore. So we need to find out what it was that he did. Now, the quest instructions are telling me to head back to Voyta and discuss what we've learned, but we haven't really learned an awful lot other than the fact that he's obviously committed some kind of major sin that's put him in mortal fear for his soul. Because they said he's got this workshop in the garden opposite the baths. I should probably check that out. Well, this place is alright. So there's a herb garden, an orchard, a well. Huh. I don't think I've ever been in here before. That must be his workshop. He might be in there, so I better be careful. No, he's not here. Alright, let's have a poke around in here. I'll shut the door first. I don't want anybody wandering in and seeing me. An easel over there with some I was going to say unfinished. Doesn't even look like it's been started artwork. There's his brushes. Alright, let's check out the chest. It's a hard lock, but again, I mean, at this stage, even a very hard lock isn't much of a problem. Jackpot. List of his sins. And a bunch of other stuff. Ha! I'll take a quick look around though, just in case there is something else. But I suspect this is exactly what we're looking for. And this is just a hayloft. There's nothing here. I mean, there might be some stuff in the sacks, but it's just going to be food and drink and stuff. So yeah, okay, we've got it. List of his sins. Why he would write them down, I don't know. Although possibly it was part of the absolution process, because the abbot of Sedless Monastery has clearly offered to absolve him of his sins in return for his doing free artwork on the altar. I'm unfamiliar with the process, but let's have a look. Where's this list? There it is.
Dan, how could one person have managed all those sins?
Yeah, make a written confession. So, in Bologna, he painted a picture for a nobleman, but his wife tempted him for 3 days until he succumbed, and then in his sin he accidentally stained the painting with more than just paint. His next mortal sin was taking a shit in the sacristy of St. Stephen's Church. Then he consorted with a bunch of nuns at a convent, and then finally, at Mass, presumably incredibly hungover, he puked all over the priest in the middle of the service. So these are the sins. Honestly, I like the one where he took a shit in the sacristy of the Church of St. Stephen's. I would have paid good money to see that one. Oh, that sounded worse than I meant. I'm not into that sort of thing. Oh, I've said too much. Anyway, what can I say? Dear Diary, jackpot, we've got him. So let's go and see what Voyta thinks of all of this. Because you can bet I'm using this against Bellissimo. Voyta, you'll never guess what I found. And you'll be delighted to learn that I didn't even have to stab anyone.
I've figured out what's going on with your Bellissimo.
I'm really trying. Honestly.
What? What did you say?
Me? Oh, nothing. So, tell me, how did Bellissimo manage to take my commission?
It's really simple. He'll do it for free. In exchange for painting the altar, the monks in the monastery will pray for him so that God forgives all his past and future sins.
That bastard. Even if they prayed for him until Judgment Day, he'd still end up in hell.
You're probably right about that. I read his confession, and it still makes me sick to my stomach.
So he's afraid of hell, our Bellissimo. Well, That's something we could use. But we need to get him out of the bath somehow.
Oh, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Beatrice told me Bellissimo drinks in his room, but when he runs out of booze, he goes downstairs and causes such a ruckus that they have to throw him out. After that, he sleeps in his workshop, in that garden across from the baths.
Oh. Well, that's perfect. An isolated place, away from people. If we set it up properly, he might just fall for it.
Fall for what?
That the Horned One himself has come for him.
You what, mate?
Oh, for Christ's sake, what nonsense have you come up with this time?
It's simple. First, we need to get Bellissimo drunk enough to be thrown out of the baths, but instead of a cozy bed in the garden, he'll find the Prince of Hell waiting for him. You'll disguise yourself.
I'll disguise myself.
Bellissimo would recognize me, for heaven's sake. And in the disguise, you'll tell Bellissimo he's damned to hell. And if he wants to save his soul, he'll leave Kuttenberg and beg the Pope for forgiveness. Actually, both of them. And then farewell, Bellissimo. Settle its altar, here I come.
Voyta, I never knew you had it in you. I like this plan.
I tell you, it's insane. But, who knows? If we get Bellissimo good and shit-faced, he might fall for it. So, how are we going to turn me into a devil?
First, we'll get you some tattered clothes, chains, something like a tail, and horns. And you'll need a proper snout. Once I paint it all a bit... You know what? Bring me a bassinet with a visor, 3 torches, and 5 eggs.
5 eggs?
They're the most important part of all this.
If I have to give them to the toads to hatch again...
Don't worry. We're done with that.
Apparently, Bellissimo's done this to you before.
So, I heard this isn't the first time Bellissimo has taken your job. How did it happen before?
I don't really know. We were painting the Guildhouse crest here in town. Everything was going fine. But one morning, when I arrived, they threw me out. They said Bellissimo would finish it himself, and if I dared complain, they'd make sure I never painted another stroke in this town. How that bastard pulled it off, I never found out. And honestly, I don't even want to know anymore. It's in the past. I just want to get this commission back.
And how do you plan to get Bellissimo drunk? The madam said he drinks in his room and only comes downstairs when he has to.
I'm not saying I've got everything figured out yet, but I'll definitely come up with something before you get back.
All right. I'll go and gather all those things.
A bassinet with a visor. That's a helmet. Kind of like the one that I usually wear.
City Council is
Those things are... they're not cheap. I might have one back in my stash, as I'm sure I've got a whole bunch of stolen gear that I haven't gotten around to selling off yet. But, I mean, you know, those things fetch a couple of thousand groschen. If I don't have one, I can always steal one, I suppose. As for the eggs, surely I can buy those at the market.
How can I help you, sir?
I'll have a look at your wares.
There we go. Eggs. Wait, 4 eggs. Was it 5 eggs I needed? Or was it 5 torches? I can't remember.
Thank you, and come again, sir.
Yeah, I need another egg. Who only sells 4 eggs? What kind of market trader are you? Hopefully there'll be another one. I only need 1.
Apple.
What do you have for sale?
Let's have a look at your stuff. There we go. Eggs. Oh, some alchemy. You know what? I've got more than enough alchemical ingredients. I don't need to be lumbering myself with more.
Let's talk about the price.
All right, I'm listening.
Yes, I am haggling over the price of 1 egg.
You see?
And
I
I'm
knew
not
we'd make a
embarrassed.
deal.
Although I should be.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
Right. So we've got the eggs. I should have enough torches anyway. And I do have a bassinet helmet with a visor, but it's mine. I'm not giving that away. There it is. My noble's bassinet. It's got a visor. I might have another one. I'll have to go and check my stash. Failing that, I can always just wait until after midnight and go and steal another one. Hopefully the armour smiths of Kuttenberg have had time to replenish their stocks from the last time I was here. But first let's check the stash. I'm not far from the hotel where I stay in Kuttenberg actually. It is right on the market, just across the square from the city hall. There it is. Every time I come here I get stuck on the stairs behind somebody. Come on! I'm a busy gnome. Get out my way. Yeah, this is my room. Right, I'm looking for... not that. It's a bassinet, but it doesn't have a visor. Shit. Alright. To the armour smiths. I mean, I could wait until midnight and steal one, but... Well, I mean, I've got 80,000 groschen away in my pockets down. I'm rich enough that I can afford to be lazy and just throw money at the problem. And you can spend a couple of thousand on one of these, but you don't necessarily have to.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Here we go, head armour. You see, there's a bassinet with an aventail there that's 2,000 gold, but that's not a visor. These Italian bassinets, substantially cheaper, and they do come with visors. I mean, there's a noble's bassinet there as well, which you wouldn't get much change from 10,000 groschen. And it's not actually any better than the one that I've got. So, we're good. So, back to Voyta. Let's get this show on the road. Hang on a minute. Why is the somebody searching for you icon just popped up? Who's this guy?
What is it you need?
I'm just looking for something. This is my first time in the city and I don't know my way around. Do you?
Yes, I know my way around a bit.
I'm sure you can help me then. I'm looking for a tavern. The Emperor Charles? But I don't even know what quarter it's in. I only know the merchant quarter.
I do know where the tavern is, but I don't actually know the name of the quarter that it's located in.
I'm sorry, I've no idea.
Ah, well, never mind then. I just hope I can find it before they close. I'm starving.
There are other places to eat, you know?
I know, it's just... I heard the food at that place is fantastic. Folks say their roasts fit for a king.
Hey, get your hands off me! Give that back!
You parted with 50... He's a pickpocket. Oi, you! Town guard. Are you just... I'll tell you what, the town guard, you know, somebody actually commits robbery in broad daylight in the middle of the street and they don't give a fuck. But you steal 30,000 groschen worth of stuff from the armour smiths.
Had enough.
Aye.
Now hand it back. Everything you stole from me.
Here. That's all of it. Can I go now?
Piss off. And don't let me see you here again.
Yeah, give me all 50 groschen back, you fucking amateur. Anyway, back to Master Voyta, and hopefully I have all of the things that I need, whatever plan it is that he's putting into motion.
I brought the things for the devil costume.
Oh, yeah, I have to actually hand them over, don't I? Okay, so 3 torches, 1 bassinet with a visor, and 5 eggs. There's the Italian bassinet. 1, 2... I've got some torches in equipped slots, but it's fine. I've got plenty of torches. And all 5 of the eggs. That should do it.
Yes, this will do. Come on, let's get to it. Well, that's that. What do you think?
Well, I didn't much believe in it, but even I'd shit myself with fright from it.
Shame I won't see the look on Bellissimo's face. Right, take all this and get going. We've got a lot to do. First, you need to get Bellissimo drunk enough to be thrown out of the baths. Then, when he's sleeping in the garden, you'll decorate the place a bit, light the torches, and then Bellissimo will know hell on earth.
I just have one question.
And why did you need the eggs?
I'll have them for breakfast.
You're a right cunt. All right. Let's get it over with.
Chin up. The Prince of Hell can't be a crybaby.
Voyta, you cheeky fuck. You sent me out to get the stuff and had me get your breakfast at the same time. You've got to respect that. I didn't think he had it in him. Anyway, the plan is about to be set in motion. Join us in the next episode and see what Henry the Prince of Hell looks like. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.